Hello, John Montgomery from softplanetgroup.com. We're talking about songwriting, and we have a few films that we've made about the chords, about the lyrics, and I'm going to talk a little bit now about fitting in the melody with a given chord structure. Our song, The Sun Don't Shine, is in the key of A minor, and it featured a descending bass movement. Have a listen and a watch. Now, that chord structure, we have to think, okay, how can we fit in a good melody line over that? And the way that I would do that is I would doodle at the piano, doodle at the keyboard as if you were sitting with a pencil, drawing a face, trying things out. That wasn't very good. Scrap that. You can scrap as much as you like. That's the beauty of giving yourself time to write things. And I might get just a little bit. Sing any old nonsense. La 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 la. La 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 la. Bit of sequence. Da da dum da dum dum dum. Winter snow gives way to spring. There's life in everything. People talking in the streets again. Okay, so it's working it out, working around it. Take your time. You can change things as often as you like. Second part of the verse, we had featured what we call first inversion chords. Instead of going up from F to G to E minor, we're going to use first inversion F, first inversion G, second inversion F. Just a word on inversions in case you're not sure. You can see the chord of F there. What we do is we're taking the bass away from the bottom and moving it elsewhere, moving to the next note that would be in that chord. In this case it's an A. Moving up to the G chord now. Again, we're moving the G out of the bass to the second note of the chord. That's a first inversion. A second inversion is when you take the chord and take away the bass note, take away the third position of the chord or the next position, take away and use the fifth of the chord for the bass note. It actually softens the progression. So let's look at that together. I'll shout the chords out. We had F first inversion, G first inversion, and then an F chord second inversion, and then a G chord second inversion also. But all that sequence gives you a nice run of chords. And then because we want to prepare for the dominant chord before we go to the chorus, that dominant chord being G or chord 5, we have to go somewhere else to bridge that in to get us in there, and D minor is a good option to do that. With the suspended fourth there, that C coming in, prepares us for the chorus, which is going to be in the key of C. We mentioned also regarding the melody about repetition for the big main part of it, moving the chords or moving the bass line down. Repetition in the melody gives us a good strong foundation. And so we get this in the melody now. Bit of variation there. That'll be guided by the lyric. We're going to go up this time, up the octave, a little bit tail on the end, and there's that B flat chord, and then in preparation for the second verse. Now our second verse musically is really going to be just a mirror of verse 1, except later when we do the MIDI recordings you'll hear more instrumentation here, because if we simply just repeated everything apart from new words, it's just not enough to carry the music. So we'll have to give it a little lift, and you'll hear additional instruments such as acoustic guitar, string orchestra, etc. coming in. Let's look at the lyrics now for verse 2.